Hi, I'm Tammy Allen. Have you ever had an answer or a sudden insight into a problem you've been working on that just popped into your mind? Of course, we all have. Some people feel intuitive answers come from an inner source or a spiritual source, while others think they're processes of the brain or the subconscious. The source doesn't matter as much as sensing the difference between an inspired idea or a reactive one. And that requires emotional awareness. Trustworthy intuition feels positive and solution-oriented, while worry-driven ideas are linked to emotional reactions or fear-based survival instincts. And you can tell simply by reflecting on what the idea was in response to. So ask yourself, was I angry or worried when that thought occurred? Was it in response to something that I'm afraid of? If so, it's not your intuition, it's your survival instinct, responding to a potential threat. So a bit of advice. Always take the time to evaluate the information and apply your intuition and your logic before acting on an inspired idea. Your intuition is speaking, so pay attention. Every idea we have sounds like our own because we hear it in our own voice. But there is so much more to us than meets the eye. Just as our body functions automatically, our lungs breathe and our heart beats without us really noticing. And just like that, our minds have layers far beyond our conscious awareness. But our intuition is always present, aware of every aspect of our experience, responding to problems and desires, providing ideas and guidance in every moment. And if you're paying attention, intuition is not difficult to hear, but learning to recognize it, interpret the meaning, and put it into action is the key. The good news is that developing an ongoing relationship of trust with your inner voice is simple. By simply asking questions and tuning in to those quiet ideas and thoughts, you can increase your intuitive understanding. Now, I've noticed I frequently sense the answer even before I fully ask the question. It just enters my mind very quietly, coming in underneath the question. And if I don't get a thought or idea quickly, I step away and go do something else. But I'm listening to any thoughts that enter my mind. So when I hear a whisper of an idea, I write it down or act on it immediately. And another good point is not to dismiss any ideas because they don't solve the whole problem at once. Because think about it, solutions usually happen step by step, addressing what can be done at that moment. And you're unlikely to ever get an answer to a problem you're going to face next year because it just wouldn't be relevant to now. Interpreting intuition. Interpreting intuition is a skill that improves with practice just like any other skill. The more you train yourself to notice and act on inspired ideas, the better you'll get at discerning their accuracy and value. So start by just making it a habit to ask questions throughout your day, and then try to recognize each idea that comes to mind as significant. Soon you'll realize ideas are coming to you constantly. So here's some examples of the questions I ask myself. What's the best solution to this problem? How can I be more efficient? What would make this task more fun? Is there another approach I can use? How do I simplify this process? So keep in mind, by just making it a habit to ask yourself questions, and then pause and pay attention. Just pause and pay attention. What do I pay attention to? I want you to be aware of impulses or anything that captures your attention, feels highlighted, and then ask, why does this interest me? Sometimes you might see an image or a sudden flash that just appears in your mind's eye. Try to recall the image when that happens and think about what it could mean. Another way intuition speaks is through our bodies. I know you must have noticed when something just feels off when you're working on a project. Your body just might twitch a little, or there's some discomfort, and you know something is just not quite right yet. Now, there are so many ways our intuition speaks to us, and I would like to share a few more. Inspired ideas often come with sudden clarity. It's an aha moment where the solution just clicks into place and you're like, duh, I should have known that all along. Sometimes an idea flows into our minds effortlessly, and that's another sign that it is inspired. Inspired ideas come with positive emotions, like excitement or eagerness. You just can't wait to get started on it. You might even feel a strong inner confidence about the idea, even if it doesn't seem logical at first. Inspired ideas are often accompanied by signs or coincidences, like meeting the right people at the right time, or having an inspiring conversation, or some other synchronistic event that you just can't ignore. Once you are really in alignment with your intention, there is nothing more confirming than chill bumps running through your body. And that's when you know you are on track, and all you need to do now is just keep going. Intuition is always available to us, offering insights and solutions. When we learn to tell the difference between inspired ideas and reactive ones, and then act on those inspired ideas, we begin to trust our inner voice more deeply. By making it a habit to ask questions, even about the smallest desires, we are activating our inner voice and developing an ongoing dialogue with ourselves. As we ask, listen, and act on our intuition, our confidence grows, revealing possibilities we once thought might have been impossible. Now, if you would like to receive a free worksheet on how to activate your intuition, all you have to do is ask at tammyallen.com. My book, Doubtless Confidence, a handbook for optimized living, will be out in 2025. But don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights and techniques.